Alice's first kill. Her fingers were steady and elegant, ready for the first, eager to test out her dissection tools on flesh. The unruly dog was soon to arrive fresh from the party, only an hour, my coven assembled. The boxer and brute willing to crush bone if needed, always ready to inflict massive trauma on any man I despised. The stud arrived with Alan, carrying the bound man inside my throne room. His eyes were already darting around once the cover came off. He stopped moving once I locked eyes with him. I stayed blank in my expression, knowing how it would end, now in the hands of my loyal surgeon. My coven all gathered around to support her, staying quiet to allow Alice to focus. The bound man had already made his bed, unable to control his lust. A perfect treat awaited him as the first scalpel was picked up. Her hands started to shake as she approached, his pants already down past his ankles. I told her to calm herself, to focus, and ignore the gruesome act. I made a compromise and allowed her to sedate the dog, numbing away some of the pain, allowing her to disconnect from humanity. Once the man had fallen out, her training took hold once more. Her eyes lit up, quickly showing her nerves were not what held her back. A sharp blade began to slice into soft flesh, fresh blood starting to leak onto the floor. The more cuts she made, the more confident she began dissecting him while he still breathed. Completely disconnected now, just another animal to dissect and dispose of. A few more slices made the sedative wear off, annoying my surgeon's careful focus with his thrashing around. She grew dark in the eyes, looking at him with daggers. She looked down at his soft appendage. A pathetic flaccid member he would have tried to use on our queens if given the chance. I stayed silent and allowed her to make the next move. She looked back into my eyes and nodded her head. The scalpel traveled down, lightly scoring his chest, navigating down his stomach. The man nearly passed out knowing what came next. The first touch of metal on the sensitive tip of his cock put him out. She was free to slice it off clean, bisecting it down the middle. Blood began to spurt out of the stump, a little bit coating my surgeon's uniform. She finished and even sewed up the stump to show her prowess. The blood loss and shock combined to end his life with a heart attack. She smiled at me and thanked me for the opportunity. I reassured her that there would be many more to dissect. I kissed her on the cheek and left her in the operating room, making careful cuts like a skilled butcher. Her first test made me proud. Once she came out of her office, we rewarded her with another orgy.